Alright, how's it going, guys? It's E, and today I have an Ubers match for you. I think this is actually my first Ubers upload ever to this channel, and it's versus Courtney17. Happened on my live stream, you know how it goes. And we'll just go ahead and play that back right now. Okay, so we're all using pretty much like 5 Ubers and 1 OU. Just gonna go like that, I guess. Okay, so she brings in number 151, which is an accurate statement because Mew and whatnot. And I bring in my Oops I Came because he leads and he's fast, and before you know it, something happens. So I taunt the trick, which I don't know what it was trying to leave on me. I think she said Scarf, but that doesn't really make sense, I guess, because when you taunt the trick, you'd think they'd have to switch out, but they don't. Anyway, she goes for the explosion while I set up my rocks. And I end up living with the sash, so I think next turn I'm just gonna end up like setting up my spikes or whatever. I totally forget. Anyway, in comes this Manaphy, and I think it has the cutest pose and the cutest name like ever, because te quiero in Spanish is like, I don't know, when you say that in Spanish it's I love you depending on who you go to. It's fucking happy. Look at it! Look at it! It's so cute, look at it. Anyways, it takes me out. I'm just going to go ahead and set up the layer spikes. There's not really anything I can do. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Avalon here because his dick costs late night fee and your dick got the HIV. So that's going to be a spec spatial rend. I don't know what this Manaphy really wants to do. Like if it wants to like tail glow an ice beam or... Anyway, it takes a spec spatial rend really well. And it just goes ahead and toxics me. So I'm like, and then I go for the spatial rend again, thinking it would KO, and it misses. Now, Mr. Space/Time Lord here, Palkia, rends space to attack. So I don't know how you miss. Whatever. Anyways, I bring in Sonic the Hedgehog because you're too slow. And I think I go for the Seed Flare right off the bat, like not wanting to overpredict. So... And in comes in her Rayquaza, who's actually going to go ahead and quad resist that, take it very, very nicely. I think I might get the Spec D-Drop, but it really doesn't matter because she wasn't actually expecting the HP Ice that I use right now. And I doubt it really would have mattered whether or not I got the Spec D-Drop, like I said, because it's ×4 effective. It's coming off of a Skyform Shaman. It's pretty damn powerful as it is, and... I don't know, Rayquaza's one of those dragons that hits really hard, but is fairly fragile compared to the rest of its Uber companions. And in comes a, I guess, distant relative of Rayquaza in the form of Flygon. The only reason she would bring it is if it's Scarf, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch out to something that might want to take the move. If it went for an Outrage, that might have been a risky play. But I had a feeling she wasn't going to go for the Outrage. I thought she might have gone for the Fire Blast, which is why I went to Palkia right off the bat to take that. Goes for the Stone Edge. I take it decently, and she brings in her Manaphy here in order to try to burn off some rest turns. And I'm just going to go with the Spatial Rend while it's sleeping, and hopefully I can do the job and KO it this time. Do a decent amount of damage, and I do think I think I outspeed it, because it's a bulkier Manaphy. And it's going to be a 2-hit KO because specs and all that. I pack Thunder on it as well, but I'm not going to use Thunder unless there's a Kyogre in play. And there isn't, and I really don't want to mess with that 70 shaky accuracy. As it is, I miss with a base, 95 accuracy move, so I don't know, I don't want to risk that. Anyways, I do expect to fodder out the Palkia, so I just leave it in, that way I can get initiative on U-turn instead of her. So she's going to go to her shiny Latios here. I'm guessing holding Soul Dew or Life Orb or something of the sort. Really doesn't matter because I bring in my Scarf Heracross right here. And Megahorn because Stab and Adamant and Choice Scarf is going to be more than plenty to take it out. Latios has a better special defense than its defense if I do remember correctly. So, good to go, good to go. Anyways, because I'm locked in on Megahorn and it's Scarf versus Scarfer, I'm going to need that for later because I don't know what else is on her team yet, and I could potentially need a Revenge Killer. So I'm going to go into Lugia, who is going to take the whatever move that Flygon wants to throw at me really well. Look at that. I forget what my EV spread is on this thing, but it took, what, 110 from an Outrage, and now I set up my Reflect, and it's going to do half of that. So it's not even going to do triple-digit damage despite being Stab and all that stuff. So I take the 3-turn outrage, nice, and I pretty much just recover all of it off, which is like, whoa, you know. And anyway, fatigue happens. I decided I'm going to switch out to try to exploit the fatigue, and she brings in her Mewtwo, who is actually named after Chikorita. Don't know why. But we do double switch, and You're Too Slow actually happens to be too slow, according to what I remember, because Mewtwo's actually faster. So I'm going to go ahead and get out, go to my Heracross, I guess expecting Ice Beam? I really couldn't tell you my logic there. I guess I just switched as fodder, knowing I would need to switch something else in. I do have Giratina coming in immediately after this, so I think what I was thinking is that fodder probably would have been the best thing. So I bring in Giratina now. Background behind the nickname is I was doing a fairly drunk live stream, and people kept asking me questions, and I was like, stop asking me questions. I'm going to be concerned that I'm going to say, you know, the wrong thing for one of these questions. Like, someone's going to ask me what my favorite dragon type is, and I'm going to be like, anal sex, you know. That's how that nickname came about, in case you don't go to my streams. Anyways, I go for the Shadow Sneak, doesn't quite take it out, but I know I'm going to be able to take an Ice Beam, and it's going to die from Life Orb Recoil. So, it's all good. It's all good. Anyways, Stealth Rock's going to hurt this thing. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Sneak, not expecting it to KO. I'm actually expecting to fodder out. As you can see, it did, like, nothing. But I think I still have my Reflect up, so I'm not really going to be worried about what this thing's going to do to my Shaman when it comes in. And I actually don't know if because of the Reflect the crit mattered, but I don't think it did. Anyways, I'm going to be able to take out the Flygon with an HPS because I'm going to take this outrage really well. And that's the game, guys. Don't really know what to say here. It's like 1 something by the time this video goes up. I should actually probably be streaming. I'm going to be live streaming tonight. Once again, those of you that went to last night's, thank you, and all that stuff. I don't know, I got kind of fatigued mentally, and I just really didn't feel like being at the stream, so I cut it off early. But I got like a good night of rest, and we should be good to go tonight for hopefully a fun night, and I'll see you guys there. Peace.